doing some dispersed camping over here near Freya National Monument, just north of Phoenix off the interstate. This is Bloody Basin Road we're staying on. What a funny name for a road, right? But there's several spots here you can just pull off and camp. Dispersed camping is probably my favorite thing to do because it's free and it works good for my budget. You can see here we just got us a nice spot along the ravine here. I stayed at one spot further down the road last night. Boy, it was like a wind tunnel. Terrible place to camp though. The wind just howled all night and blew right through, even though the wind wasn't supposed to be blowing that hard. So decided to move today, even though I'm just going to be here one more night because I just couldn't take the wind. So I got the Husky fired up, getting ready to head over and check out Arcosanti. It's a interesting architectural thing that was started in the 70s as a sort of a self-sustaining town kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it. Try to give you some more details on it, but anyway, it's ran by a foundation now and open for tours, so I'm going to run over and check that out. It's just about 10 miles or so, probably actually less than 10 miles. Most directions send you up the interstate. I'm going to take this road on over and cut under the interstate and back up, and we'll see you here in just a little bit. I'm taking the back way into Arcosanti today just to avoid the interstate, but if you're headed here from somewhere else, there is a direct exit for it off I-17. That'll be exit 263. Arcosanti is located about an hour and 10 minutes north of Phoenix, or about an hour and 20 minutes south of Flagstaff. This is the Agua Fria National Monument area. If you happen to be here on a bike or a four-wheel drive vehicle like I am, there's plenty to explore here. Also over off Bloody Basin Road, you can take a nice drive up to Crown King, and the road goes way on further beyond that. There's plenty of exploring. This is a kind of a popular area for side-by-sides and OHVs. We just have a few miles to go up this road, and then we'll be headed through the small village of Cords Lake and arriving pretty quickly at Arcosanti. We're headed up there today for the daily tour. It runs about an hour and a half in length and is $20 for general admission, $12 for students with an ID. You can schedule the tour online in advance, and if you're coming during a busier season, I would certainly recommend doing that. There are some additional tours offered as well. Architectural tour, which is $30, archives tour, a sustainability tour. Those tours are only offered maybe certain days of the week or certain times. The daily tour runs about 4 times a day, every day of the week, except for major holidays. They may have some seasonal slowdowns in the winter, maybe limited times, certain days of the week, I believe, but check that out on their website. If you don't have a tour booked, you're going to be fairly limited on what you're going to see here, so I would recommend getting a tour booked, but if you don't want to do that or it's not available, you'll be able to see the front side of it. Go in the main building, and there's some self-guided information there, as well as taking the short nature trail out back to see the back side of the property. But you won't get the full in-depth details and information from the guide and go into some of the other areas of the property. My video today here is just meant to be a high-level overview and some quick snippets of my tour. I won't be going in depth on details on a lot of this or showing extensive periods of it, because I just want to encourage you to go do the tour for yourself, get the full experience and the information from the guides on site. If you're wondering what happens at Arcosanti on a daily basis, the best I could easily describe that is they have resident artists who live there, who have applied for the programs there, who do art things there, who make trinkets and bells for the gift shop, as well as now they have students there from an architectural school that used to be located at Tellson West, the Frank Lloyd Wright property there near Phoenix, and they just live there. A common theme you'll see throughout the property is a lot of multi-purpose, multi-use spaces that were designed around the sun, the angles of the sun, the weather, and the landscape. This area here is where they cast the earthenware bells and chimes that they make. It can also be used as an outdoor venue area with stage and seating. Here some of the resident artists are preparing sand molds and getting ready to pour brass bells. If you happen to catch them at the right time of day, you can see them pouring the brass bells. They heat the brass up to a molten temperature and carry it out. Here you can see them getting ready to pour the liquid brass into some sand molds that they were working on earlier. Once it cools, they'll vibrate that sand off and then do the final burnishing and assembly of the products. They sell those online and in the gift store. Once you finish your guided tour, I would recommend taking the nature trail out behind the property. It gives you a nice overview of the backside, allows you to see all the structures. You could also do this beforehand if you've arrived a little early, or if you haven't been able to get on a tour, you are still able to access the nature trail. There's a cafe located at Arcosanti. It was closed for remodeling during my visit, but they were working on getting that reopened, I believe, for the summer 2022 season. I know this video is a little out of the ordinary for the typical trail hiking adventure videos that I normally do, but during my travels, I'm always looking for something different, something unique to experience. And I think Arcosante is that. I think anybody that enjoys art or architecture, or anybody that's willing to go into it with an open mind, can get something out of the tour. I know I really enjoyed it, even if it was a little out of my normal zone. It's definitely worth taking a look at if you don't have time for a guided tour or weren't able to get in on one. There are some information panels located in the stairwell that walk you along the decades here at Arcosante. An interesting read even if you did do the guided tours. There it is, our quick look at Arcosante. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed my tour. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button to let me know. Be sure to subscribe so that you can get notified about all my latest adventure videos. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.